The graphic video of Charlie Kirk's assassination spread quickly on social media. Now, some kids and teens were even able to see it before any of the imagery could be blurred or edited, which raises questions about online and social media guardrails.
Yeah, Tracy Foster is the co-founder and executive director for Screen Sanity. She's here to talk about the impact of these internet images. And I gotta say, thank you so much for being with us, first of all. But I've had multiple conversations now with people. In full transparency, we as a news organization will get these videos and we look at them, we pause them. There's discussions around how much should be shown, if audio should be used or not. But when I opened my phone, I instantly had multiple angles of him being shot, of him falling. Can you talk a little bit about the uncensored reality we now live in and how the role of gatekeeper it's really not there with social media anymore?
It's really not there. And I think we expect things to be safe, right? So many industries have regulations, exactly what you described with the way that you approach it for the news. There's a human deciding what is appropriate, ethical, healthy for people to be able to see and not see. How can we tell this story without showing things that are really, truly traumatizing? And that just does not exist for social media. Most of the platforms are now putting in some protections a day late. But it's already been seen, and in many cases it wasn't even something that any of our kids or us saw. We might have been watching a video about cozy sweaters for fall, and then we get this emotional whiplash of all of a sudden seeing something truly, truly traumatizing.
Well, and everyone I've talked to has said, I saw it and I did not want to see it. So
and I
think
wish
to
I'd
that
never
point,
seen
yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah, so jarring and traumatic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tracy.
I was just going to say, I think that's what's so hard, and I can relate to that too. And I even talked with someone yesterday who saw the Charlie Kirk video from one angle and didn't want to see it, and then went on to be pushed footage of the stabbing on the bus. And so what I try to share with people about with social media algorithms is that the social media algorithms are trying to push what can catch your attention. And it's not necessarily, we sometimes think algorithms are driving what we're interested in, but it's also sometimes what we show intrigue in. So in a situation like that, if there's something that comes up that we can't not look at, it then starts to feed us more. I compare it to if you're driving down the road, you're going somewhere, you have something you're actually looking for, but then there's a car accident on the side of the road. Most of us rubberneck. Oh, is everyone okay? What happened? That doesn't mean that we want to be seeing more imagery of car accidents or other types of violent things and blood and gore. However, because it caught our attention, we start going down that way. And that's even if you just start to look, but oftentimes it's fed to us even when we aren't looking for it at all.
Great points, Tracy. Now, naturally, our brains are not meant to take in graphic violence at that rate that we do, as it can lead to, of course, PTSD symptoms and much more. How can we prevent these types of violent acts from becoming so normalized?
First of all, I think that social media companies have a role to play. They are now in the business of providing content to the vast majority of people. They don't have healthy content regulation things. They've removed almost all of their human employees and had it AI based, and I think we're seeing that that's not working. I think there are lots of opportunities for regulation. When we look at this space, one of the fascinating things about social media is, again, I mentioned we expect industries to be safe. That's because if there's a batch of lettuce that causes people to have diarrhea, what happens? It gets recalled, and as terrible as that is, you know, we're taking care of it. Or if a car has a faulty brake, the manufacturer brings it back. In this space, there are no regulations helping to make sure that we're safe. But we see something like in the App Store, it might say TikTok is safe for age 12 plus, but that doesn't actually mean that it's safe for age 12 plus. The most recent regulations around this type of content in social media are from 1998. Just to put that in context, that's 5 years before MySpace was created. So there is a huge need. Obviously, there are a lot of things that we can do as parents to help protect ourselves and our kids, and that's what we have to do in the meantime while we're waiting. But there's a big void for Congress and big tech to be stepping in to help take responsibility for this.
Okay, well,
it's important conversation.
Great information. We could talk to you all morning. Tracy, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.